technological development, ethical values should not be neglected. So simply this question is about relationship between science and technology and ethics. Okay. Relationship between science and tech and ethics or ethical values, particularly with special reference to the contemporary context. Okay, so काम चला गया marker, skid marker in the contemporary context. So how you are going to write? What introduction, body and conclusion? What is the crux of answer? Crux of answer is that you talk about different scientific developments in the present time, and you mention in the first paragraph, basically the body part, first para I'm saying, you mention that what are the problems that are being created or will be created or has been created because of lack of ethical values with respect to science and technology. So you can give a picture that divide of ethics, what all wrong things can happen. Okay, yes. Yeah, you can write. See, there are in introduction you can write various. Maybe the introduction can be simply that in the contemporary there is a lot of advancement with respect to science and technology. Okay, and science and technology is a weapon in the hands of humanity. But if it is devoid of ethical values, then the science and technology can move in a wrong direction. Okay, so it is the ethics which will guide the utilization of science and technology in a right direction. Okay, so that is what is introduction you can give. And then in the body part, you write that what are the new advancement in the contemporary time and because of ethical issues, or what are the ethical issues associated with it. So what all things you can focus with respect to science and technology? Artificial intelligence, okay. What? Artificial intelligence. See, the thing is, broadly you can say artificial intelligence, genetic engineering, nuclear weapons, or weapons of mass destruction. Okay, data collection I will come. Fourth is cyber or IT sector. What are the ethical issues? Right list. Yes, intrusion into privacy I will come to. So you mention about some of the issues and then discuss what are the ethical angle with respect to this. Okay, data related. I'll discuss some of the things. So artificial intelligence, what are the ethical issues? Okay. Absence of emotions. Okay, yes, absence of emotions you can say. And plus, see, there are two aspects within that. You can here mention the robot and all that. Okay, human touch is absent. Values are absent, value preference is absent. But apart from that, you can also say with the advancement of this robots and artificial intelligence, the unemployment has also increased, and therefore people are losing the jobs also. It is creating the joblessness also. So that also component you can read broadly. And then as an artificial intelligence is something, a life become more mechanized one. Okay, it is devoid of humanistic values. So two aspects at least you can write. One is related with the lack of humanistic values or lack of human touch, and second is the unemployment which is being generated or created because of replacement of human manpower with the robots or artificial intelligence. Then second is with respect to genetic engineering, what are the ethical issues? Genetic engineering specifically, okay. Now, general क्या issues है? Yes, manipulation of genes with unprecedented consequences. Changing the nature's orders, okay. Again, it is also a divide between haves and have-nots. Okay, again broadly, because most of the times there's genetic engineering, expensive technologies, and the products are expensive. जैसे GM food है, GM crops है. Okay, GM crops एक आप ले सकते हो. GM crops से monolithic culture versus biodiversity. That is also an ethical issue. Okay, it promotes the monoculture as against the biodiversity. Then this is with respect to GM crops. GM food, we don't know unprecedented consequences that are going to come. So putting the humanity at larger stake. Then genetic mutation itself, there are certain problems. Issues with respect to this twins. कौन से baby है वो triple baby क्या नाम है? Two parents baby, three parents baby, three parent baby. Okay, there are issues. Stem cell related issues, controversies hai, ethical issues, that whether the death of the fetus should be allowed to extract the stem cell from the fetus. Okay, that also you can write. There are certain ethical issues. Otherwise, you can write next point also. Abortion related, there are certain issues. Okay, right of mother versus right of the fetus. You can write surrogacy also. It is with the advancement of new technology, the right of reproductive mother and the right of biological mother. Okay, then next is weapons of mass destruction. So with respect to this, what are the ethical issues? Although there are justification for it, that is, it is a deterrence value, but you can say that it is the peace is at stake. Okay, peace is not just absence of war. Peace is here, it becomes a instability. It creates, again divides the world into nuclear haves and have-nots. It creates a political hegemony. For third world countries, it is a diversion of resources. Okay, then nuclear accidents. There are a lot many issues with respect to nuclear. Environment of fear and environmental these issues also related with the nuclear issues. Cyber and IT cell, you can write lot many: hate, organized crimes, character assassination, cyber bullying, etc., etc. Okay. Data wala privacy issue you can touch upon. So you can say that science gives you a lot of benefits, but if it is devoid of ethics, then it might lead into different issues. And unless and until we respect some of the ethical values and bring it into the science, we may not able to find the right utilization of it. Okay, missing on the ethical values might create the problem for the society. So you can write about clinical trials also, you can write in that regard. So I think there are, and you can conclude in saying that what is required is a synergy between two. Okay, they should go hand in hand. Science and technology and ethical values should go hand in hand, and ethical values should guide the direction of the science and technology. Okay, so that is the question. GM क्रॉप्स ऐसा है कि GM क्रॉप्स की एक इथिकल इशू क्या है कि मोनोकल्चर वर्सेस बायोडाइवर्सिटी. So GM crops are bringing the monoculture, okay, which is replacing the biodiversity. That is one. Second is the price of GM crops, the farmers and the consumers. It is related with all genetic engineering as such, but the common point is it is haves and have-nots के बीच में gap है, because the prices of GM are too high, and it can be pocketed only by the rich people in the society, the benefits of this GM. So those points, at least 2 points you can mention. Okay. Then third point with respect to GM is that genetical mutation with unprecedented consequences, hitherto unknown to human beings. Okay. What kind of mutations? So there has not been a very trials. They are still in the trial stages. So you can write that way. Next question, question number 2. Yes. ऑब्जेक्टिविटी, ओपननेस, देखो वो भी एक वे है, लेकिन वो बहुत सिविल सर्विसेज वैल्यूज और साइंस से बहुत दूर दूर जा रहा है. ठीक है, मे बी यू कैन ब्रिंग ह्यूमन वैल्यूज Okay, that sort of things you can bring it here. Okay, something जैसे बोलते हैं ना religion and the science, what is it in debate? So religion provides the guidelines. You can say that nuclear bomb, first of all, whether to create it or not. Nuclear fusion is an knowledge. Now it is the ethics which decide whether out of nuclear fission you will create an peaceful use of nuclear energy for electricity, or you will create a nuclear bomb. It is the value system that is going to determine, because the knowledge is the same. That is, it is a nuclear fission. Cyber, okay, cyber, it is a value system which is going to, whether you become a hacker or whether you use the cyber for the larger good purpose, larger interest. It is the value system that is going to decide. So that way we are trying to say, okay, what are the ethical issues? Otherwise, value specifically related with science and technology, you can find out. Okay. Yes, next question 2. Because see, the question is, it is in the quest of science and technology, ethical values should not be neglected. So that has to be linked with the not generic values, the values which guide the science and technology's direction. Yes. Yes. Science and technology is all about objectivity. Okay, the question is, it should not be only that. Okay, it should not be value neutral. Okay, it should not be value neutral. There should be certain guidance to those values. Okay, you can say that cyber space is the same, but the terrorists use it differently and the government use it differently. It is the value system which changes the utilization of the same source. So terrorists use it for the brainwashing, okay, and obviously carrying out the disharmony in the system, whereas the government use it in different purpose. So that is how you have to see. Okay.